G'day viewers, going out for a drive. Thought maybe you'd like to join me. I'm also doing a test run for a new mount for the GoPro in the car. Before, I've always had to have someone hold it. I mean, of course, GoPros come with mounts, quite clever ones, but the housing you have to put on them covers up the microphone and destroys the sound quality. And yes, you can get the cage ones are open, blah blah blah. Too much hassle. And so I've gone for one of those simple grippy things, you know, that get advertised all the time. And I only got it because it was on special, and I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. And I have so far worked out doesn't work for my old GPS, which I've had for God knows how many years, because the housing on it's curved. Today's episode of How's That for Timing, the actual moment I was talking about the grippy thing not working for my GPS, the GoPro fell off. And I don't know, maybe there's some adjustment that will help that work. But that is not a vote of confidence so far. We'll see how it goes for the rest of this drive. Not off to a flying start. Oh well, technology. I'm shit with technology, by the way. For someone who works in IT, I'm not a hardware or a software person. I'm a documentation person. Like, I'm not stupid. I can set things up, but I sometimes feel like I'm cursed by technology. Wireless things never work for me, right? I've given up on the concept of a wireless keyboard or a wireless mouse. Yay. Fell off again, trying a different configuration, and after this I shall in fact give up. Yes, wireless. I've given up on wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, which a lot of people take for granted. I just can't make them work. I mean, obviously, you know, set them up, put the driver in, put the little, you know, dongle or whatever in, and it works, and then it just stops working. Happened to me so many times, I just gave up trying. And I wasn't always just buying cheap shit things, although I have made that mistake in the past as well. So I just don't do it. And I had a wireless mic for video shooting, like a little bit that you plug into the camera, and then you can have a wireless lapel mic. You know, perfect for getting good audio sound, except it kept failing. The radio signal kept failing. The guy I bought it from couldn't understand this problem. Well, the problem is I'm cursed. And I'm looking at traffic off ahead. It's really bad. I don't think I should be going this way. I think I should give up on this and try a different way. Okay, so yeah, and maybe I should persevere more, but I just get the shits. Like, the wireless mic didn't work. And it meant, because this is the trouble when you're a solo operation with YouTube, you don't have an audio person who's checking audio. You sort of trust that your mic is working, and when it doesn't, you're fucked. And nothing quite like getting burned with shooting some stuff that's important to you and losing the audio, like ending up having no usable audio, is really frustrating. And that's happened to me far too many times for slightly different reasons. Like, it happened with the wireless one a couple of times, and I also have a directional shotgun, mini shotgun mic I used to put on the camera, but then I would keep forgetting to switch it on, and when you plug a mic into your camera, that shuts off the camera's onboard microphone, and then if you make the stupid mistake of forgetting to switch on the mic, you get no audio. Can you see the pattern? The pattern is me. The common factor in these things not working is me. No pretense about that. I can really clearly see the pattern, and the common denominator is me. So, not blaming anyone else. It's funny though, that thing of when you see a pattern and, you know, the common denominator is the one person who's involved and they refuse to see it or acknowledge it. Still my favourite, most humorous version of that is when I was doing the sex and relationship advice videos with Mistress M, and she talked about anal sex, and one guy wrote in saying like, oh, he's tried it with a lot of women, like half a dozen women, and they always complained that it hurt and it was uncomfortable, and it's like he was really strongly suggesting there was something wrong with the women. And I jokingly replied to him and said, well, okay, honestly, dude, what you're telling me, multiple occasions with different women, there's always been a bad experience. The common thread off again, this mount is shit, and that's maybe because it was on special. I don't know. I'm going to look at the instruction manual and see if they offer any tips of, if this is shit, you should try this. Because it's shit and I'm annoyed with it at the moment. The drive's almost over anyway. It's just going into the city for Luna's birthday. The loopy lady, Luna Tuna, however you may know her, she's all kinds of awesome. It's her birthday today. Having a little sort of picnic barbecue in the park near the Yarra in the city, and that will be fun. But yes, to finish what I was saying, talking to the guy that you know, the problem was obviously him, and his reaction just confirmed it, like it was so, oh, it's obviously, you know, something wrong with the and it's like, yeah, no, dude, I think it's you. I really think it's you. And it's just weird that, I mean, logic, you know, lots of people in the world enjoy anal sex, lots of people don't, but when one dude talks about trying it with multiple partners, all with a bad result, the source of the problem seems self-evident to me. I mean, I could have tried to be scientific. Well, let's have a controlled experiment. Give me the contact details of all the ladies, and I'll have anal sex with them and see if they enjoy it anymore. That will tell us that it's not the ladies, it's you. I didn't think of that at the time. See, always think of these things too late. That would have been science. I would have been doing that for science. And who can refuse science? Not me. I thought this drive was almost over, and I appeared to be in the wrong lane or something, because it just isn't moving, and other lanes are moving, which is annoying. C'est la vie. It's really going nowhere. And there's a green light ahead of me, and the other lanes. What is happening? What is really happening here? I have a plan, and I know what. Oh geez, something stupid's happening in front of me now. Oh, okay. I had a plan in mind, which ain't gonna work. Traffic island was different to what I... Okay, now that brake was not because the camera fell off the mount. It was because the battery was flat, which I didn't realise was even an issue. I'm normally right on top of keeping my equipment charged, because that's kind of important. But turns out I've got a charger in the car, so it's plugged into the cigarette lighter, and I can keep shooting. And fuck you people in the arse, you fucking shits. Remember what I said about this lane's not moving? A bunch of fucking pieces of shit went into the right turning lane. For people who drive on the right hand side of the road, imagine a left turning lane, same difference, and then cut in front of me. Like, they're in the lane, they don't want to turn right, it's a right turning lane, and they fucking went up there and then they cut in front of me. And I fucking hate all of you, you fucking pieces of shit. Fuck all of you. And fuck you idiots who fucking let them in as well, quite fucking honestly. Shit. Well, A, this video is going to be longer than I was planning, and B, I'm going to be late to Luna's party. Normally I would have been there 10 minutes ago, but I just haven't moved more than half a block in the last 10 minutes. It's quite bizarre. Yeah, it's a little hard to explain. Well, unless you're from Melbourne and I'm on St Kilda Road going into the city and I'm just approaching the arts centre. There's two lanes that go in and there's a traffic island between them, and the other lane on the other side of the traffic island is going fine. It makes no sense, but my lane on this side of the traffic island isn't moving, and it just makes no sense. A tiny forward motion. It's really weird. Yeah. Guess I could try and go the other way, and I don't really know where that goes, so I won't do that. Or will I? You know what? I'm gonna do this. Oh my god, a couple absolute stereotype douchebags. And the internet stereotype of the douchebag is relatively uncommon in Australia. The fashion's a little different. Okay, that time the camera fell off again. I was talking about douchebags. Yeah, and I really don't like judging people by stereotypes. Occasionally, some people fall so painfully, obviously, within the boundaries of a stereotype. It's quite off-putting. And these guys, like I said, maybe they're quite decent people. I don't know them. I'm never going to know them. They are not people I'm going to make any effort to know. But maybe they're okay. But they just reeked of douchebaggery. It was quite terrible to see. Oh god, I know what I'm doing now. I went the wrong way. That's alright. That's alright. One of those things, sometimes when you get frustrated with traffic and you think, I'll go a different way, and it ends up not being a useful way. That's alright. I'm on an adventure. I'm Bilbo Baggins. Good lord. Okay. Lights, lights, lights. Really? Really? How did I do this? How did I do this? What do I want to do now? I want to do this. I want to do this. It's one of those things where I went around and under a tunnel and around a corner, and then this is a part of town where I don't normally go, and I don't know where I am anymore. That's okay. So just going to have to apologise being late. Traffic got me. I thought it would be quicker to driving because I have to go somewhere after this little barbecue party as well. I thought driving was the best idea. It no longer seems like the best idea. Interestingly, if you're playing along at home, I just got to the point that I was at before, where I was complaining that traffic wasn't moving. But now I'm in the other lane, which was inexplicably moving faster than the lane I was in. And honestly, with how shit that traffic was, I wish I remembered what car was in front of me. I may actually have done that weird loop I just did, and I may actually be better off traffic-wise than I was. It's weird. I should have taken public transport. This was a mistake. But, you know, life is like that sometimes. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't take public transport. Normally for a little trip like this, I would, because it's way less hassle. But because I have to go somewhere afterwards, and I kind of wanted to feel in control of what was happening, I took the car. And it proved to not be an exceptionally good idea. And that's just a hardship I'm living with at the moment. I'm tough. I'll make it through. I know, okay? Where are the parades in my honour? Where they're not dedicating special days to me by Act of Parliament. Statues in the park acknowledging my suffering. All of these things any reasonable person would expect. Are they happening? No. Am I bitter? No. I'm just a little disappointed. So, you know, if the Australian public and government could pick up their game a bit and recognise my suffering, recognise what I've had to go through, you know, it's not too much to ask, really. It's just justice. That's all I'm asking for. It's all I've ever asked for is justice. Because when justice is denied, we all lose. But importantly, at the moment, I'm losing. So I really care about that. Unlike other situations where other people complain about injustice, where maybe I just don't give a shit. You know, this time it's personal. So, you know, I just, you know, I'm not saying I'm a martyr. That's for the Pope to judge, you know, if I should be elevated, you know. And he's been a little bit slow in coming to the right decision, quite honestly. A lot of people saying, I like this new Pope. Well, you know, he still hasn't done the right thing by me. So, you can go and see other things you think he's done right. But until he does the right thing by me, he's just not good enough. There, I said it. I'm better than the Pope, okay? It had to be said. I know it was a self-evident truth. I know you were all thinking it. I mean, you're sitting here watching. I know you've thought that in your own minds, in your hearts, when you've heard people praising anyone. Like, you know, yeah, you know, they saved those lives. Yeah, oh, look, they did that for charity. They helped those people. But you knew in your heart, straight after you were thinking, but they're not Angry Aussie, are they? They really aren't. And that's a pretty critical failure, honestly, in all these quote-unquote heroes, these selfless people. They're not me, okay? And until they acknowledge that they're just not measuring up on that front, you know, it's just not good enough. But, you know, against all evidence, I have faith that they will get there. in the end. So, man, seriously, the things I put up with is just, I shouldn't talk about it. It makes me angry. All that was going through my head when I was blathering like that was, I should start a cult. And I have seen this on YouTube specifically, the internet generally, life generally. It is sad how easy it is for someone to start a cult. To just get impressionable people and get them to do things. And I'm talking cult in quite broad terms. Yes, specifically religious cults, but also just cults of personality, where you get people to give you money. And seriously, that's all those evangelical religious types are doing, getting people to give them money. And loudmouths, as like Alex Jones really springs to mind, but all those, particularly in the US, the right-wing talk show hosts. In Australia we have Andrew Bolt, not quite as big as them, but those people, and when you do a bit of analysis and you look at their history and you see the language they use, while they may essentially believe the things they say, or what they say may be rooted in their beliefs, what they are mostly doing is manipulating their followers. Even if there was some basis in beliefs that they truly held, at a certain point it just degenerates, devolves into, I'm doing this for money. I'm manipulating these people who are susceptible to a strong, persuasive voice. And we gotta, what the fuck is happening here? Is that road closed, or is that just broken? I can't fucking, there's, oh man. It kind of looks like the road's closed, or is that taxi just being towed because it broke down? I think it's just being towed because it broke down. That was really hard to work out. It's like the road half looked closed. It wasn't. But it was confusing, to be sure. Alright. Yeah. I mean, even people who hate me would have to admit I've got a persuasive voice. And that's all you need for a cult. You just need to be able to say things confidently, with conviction, and sway people who really just want someone to tell them what's what. Tell them everything's going to be okay. So yeah, this is my little disclaimer. If a year or two in the future I am a Svengali like cult leadery type, I don't really believe it. I'm just in it for the money. So you can relax. You think, wow, did he go crazy? Did he suddenly go off the deep end? It was just like, no, I got sick of stupid people, and I decided to just manipulate stupid people and make money off them, because I've put up with them for far too long, and I thought I might as well get something out of them. And I'll leave you with that cheery thought, because I'm in a parking station now, and if I can get this grippy thing to work, I'll do more of these. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Bye.